Once upon a now, in a land that's likely within 100 miles of your house, there's a dairy farm that makes your milk. If you're like most of us, your farming experience is limited to that time an old potato sprouted in the bottom of your refrigerator. And yet, 3 times a day, you eat food that came from a farm. And if you could bum a piggyback off a butterfly across one of those farms, here's what you'd see. The dairy you eat begins with the food the cows eat. Things like corn. Actually, the whole corn plant, including the stalks and other parts that humans can't eat. 80% of a cow's food isn't digestible by humans. It's too hard for our single-compartment stomachs to digest. Cows, on the other hand, have us totally beat in the stomach compartment department. A cow's food makes its way through 4 compartments, slowly breaking down and releasing nutrients like you release your stresses singing 80s power ballads in the shower. Those nutrients become something you can eat. Milk, cheese, yogurt, ice cream. Here we are in the commodity barn, a giant cow pantry packed with proteins, grains, vitamins, minerals, forage such as grass and hay, and silage, which is fermented forage. The farmers use a mixer wagon, like a blender attachment for a tractor, to mix up lunch or the total mix ration. 3 or 4 times a day, farmers weigh and mix these ingredients to just the right consistency so every bite is perfectly balanced. Like a giant burrito bowl. Each group of calves and cows gets a diet specially designed by a nutritionist to fit their stage in life, whether they're pregnant or milking or still growing up. RFID tags keep track of each cow and the feed she needs. Don't you wish someone would make eating this easy for you? And we're not talking about powdered shake mixes with ironic brand names. So where does a cow's food come from if not from ironically named powderedfoodsubstitute.com? Some the farmers grow themselves on the dairy. Talk about farm to table. This is farm to the other part of the farm. And some of their food is recycled material, which would otherwise be ditched in the dump. For instance, a clothing factory might use cotton to create denim, then send the cottonseed hulls to a dairy to feed cows and become milk. So, when you dribble nacho cheese on those pre-ripped jeans, it's actually a beautiful representation of the circle of life.